I might paint the glass today, a section of the glass, because I want to check something out. I'm going to do some testing on something real quick. Something I want to see real quick on their glass real quick. But anyway, and we're probably going to be on long throw. This one, swapping out my, getting ready to swap out my fire sticks because I want to do some demonstrations on long throws too. We do a lot of demonstrations on ultra short throws. I want to do some long throw demonstrations. First things first, my name is Kenneth Berg. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. And we have a company under Crystal Edge Technology Screens. So I'll be posting these from time to time. These are the haters. These are people that are jealous. I showed these off yesterday on site and they were crying. Not the videos, just how many messages we get from these individuals that are upset. Oh, they know about the canceled orders. They know about all that stuff. All that stuff we collected, the blacklist, they've seen it all. They know. They're like, wow. I said, yes, what kind of haters we got? It doesn't bother us we got haters. We're expecting to get haters. When you're always good at what you do, when your product is that good, you have to expect that you're going to get haters. These are people you don't know that sit on the guidelines, are jealous, upset, and extremely bitter. Because again, they just don't like the fact of seeing us off site. Anytime we go off site, anytime we show off any new products, they get heated, they get upset. That's pretty sad, isn't it? Look at the numbers that we received today. 86. 86. And it's a shame because they come in, they do all this work of sending all this hatred through, thinking I'm reading this. No, I'm not reading 86. So you've lost your mind. I got work to do. I ain't got time for that. Got a little bit of time to show you. We're going to call this, we've got to make a name for this. I might make a YouTube channel for this one. But anyway, these are the people that are upset. I can't wait till we had certified screens get upset with it. We had a couple of companies get upset with us because of our technology. Yeah, we got a couple of companies got mad at us. But anyway, it doesn't bother me. It just shows that I'm doing what I was designed to do. This technology is designed to ruffle feathers. It's designed to show people what real technology looks like. And again, I told you, this upsets people because again, they can't continue to ride their gravy train. They can't continue to take a high-end projector, stick it in a dark environment, and try to fool you that this is the image you're going to receive from this product, when technically you're not going to receive it at all. There's no testing behind none of their work. They don't like it when we come in and say, hey, customers, guess what you need to ask at the end of the day? You need to ask these particular questions before you buy a product. You need to make sure the product's tested before you order it. You need to make sure the product's not going to match everyday house paint that you can literally go down to Home Depot or Lowe's and pick up yourself. These are things that they can't stand and they hate. Not being in ambient-like controlled environments. That's one of the areas they love to be at because, again, this gives their screen a chance of basically showing a decent image if they're stuck in a poorly lit environment. Us doing demonstrations in fully lit environments, especially off-site, yeah, it triggers them because, again, this means people are going to expect for them to do the same thing we're doing. So that's the main part of it, why they hate it so much, is because when we start doing demonstrations on massive 250-inch screens, displays outside, all kinds of crazy demonstrations, people are going to expect for them to do the same thing too. So this is where they came in with that whole conspiracy thing to try to make our company look bad so they don't have to work at the end of the day. How lazy can you guys be at the end of the day? Come on, you know better than that. Gotta pull up your sleeves and you gotta work. I know you come into my channel. I know you come in here and watch my demonstrations. We know this already. So when you do come in, whether here or you watch this later on, you're lazy. You need to work. That's what you need to do. You need to work. It's not my fault at the end of the day that your products are not selling. It's not my fault at the end of the day that customers are asking more restricted questions. And they should ask these questions. Why shouldn't they? You ask these questions when you purchase things. I'm pretty sure. It's funny, and I'm going to tell you what's funny. I'll just skip this real quick. It's funny how these same individuals who get upset because customers ask these very important questions, and it makes it harder for them to sell products. But yet they'll ask very important questions when it comes to purchasing things for themselves. I'm pretty sure when you go out and buy yourself a car or buying a house or whatever you're purchasing, at the end of the day, you're asking all the questions under God's good son. I guarantee you that you are. So how come you don't treat your customers the same way you want to be treated when you purchase something? Those fake dark environments it's a dinosaur display. It's a relic. It's old. Who the freak's doing ambient light controlled environments? That's one of the problems I have with certified screens. Certified screens will mark their screens as being ambient light rejection technology, but every time I watch a demonstration, these guys are sitting there and they're dodging light left and right. Meanwhile, I'm sitting up in a classroom with a 120-inch screen on a $178 ultra short throw projector, and I can produce an image and pick up a 190-degree viewing angle, crystal clear and sharp. I can pick up white levels, contrast levels, display color, even do a comparison to a white screen, and still take out the screen with no problem. It's the jealousy. But I'm used to it. This is what I'm used to. I've been dealing with this since I've been in the business. This is nothing new. I've had Mississippi Man, and of course they don't remember that. That's way, way, way back, Mississippi Man. It's the fella I used to go head to head with all the time. He didn't do the dumb stuff that these guys do at the end of the day. Nah, nothing like that. They don't send messages like that. He was too busy. Most people I were going back and forth with, they were just too busy. We had little comments back in here. Maybe we met up in a forum site somewhere or on YouTube. That's basically about it. But we didn't have time for this nonsense. They were way too busy. These are individuals who have no life whatsoever. I mean, they're like, well, they do have a job. Their job is to be a hater. That's it. So this is pretty sad. Pretty sad. Now, for them on their end, they think for some reason they are getting some kind of glory points out of this. No. It just shows how good our products are. Your products have to be good. If you got people that are hating on you from the door, people that are upset with you, your product gotta be good. It gotta be amazing. That's what the haters do. They're mad and upset because they can't do it. They just don't want to work. They're lazy. Haters, I love you. You know that, right? You make me look good. You know that, right? All the effort that you guys went in to try to do fake demonstrations against my products and try to say my products don't work, and all that hard work that you put in was for nothing. For nothing. What do you guys served? So all that nonsense to watch Mr. Bird work off-site. Not in some dark apartment with some overpriced projector that you can't even use correctly because you can't even show a freaking decent 100% contrast level on a 2 million to 1 machine. Can't even pick it up. Can't even see it. Don't even register. On some relic paint that a Home Depot, Lowe's, Benjamin Moore, any one of those companies can match it with no problem whatsoever. It's not my problem that you guys make these dumb video tutorials on talking about how your product is not made from over the counter, and literally the product doesn't even come out the color that it was designed to come out with. Even the guy who was painting it was sitting there baffled. Try to clean it up, but he was baffled. No test. There's no test on your products whatsoever. That's what you're scared of. When I tell customers that, hey, look, before you even buy a screen paint product, make sure it's tested, make sure it's time stamped. That scares you because your stuff is not tested at all, period. Anybody could buy your stuff and match it to house paint. It ain't got to be me at the end of the day. Anybody can do it. As a matter of fact, a few people I was showing the videos of, they're trying to figure out where your site's at because they're going to do the demonstrations themselves. So it's not me you have to worry about. You have to worry about any consumer that hits your site that gets the idea like, I wonder if this stuff will match house paint. And you don't have any tests to back that theory up. They can easily drop you in court with no problem. They can easily sue you for fraud. And the judge is going to ask you, do you have any tests to back up your... Oh, I'm sorry, you don't have any, do you? Well, guess what? You can't basically defend your product, can you? That's why you got to do the test. So understand that you guys are angry and upset. Look. We just jumped to 98. 98. Look, they're ticked. They're ticked. Look at the message. Back it up or pack it up. My stuff's backed up. As a matter of fact, today, I'm loading my test demonstrations from the Sun Killer technology, well, that new technology we got now, onto my site. Can you do that? You can't because your stuff's not back. Your stuff is not tested. Look, we're gonna reach 100. That's how mad they are. The haters are. Look. That's one of these. This is Jamie. This is definitely Jamie. We know Jamie's the way he does things, how he says things, the word things. This is definitely Jamie. That's why I was talking to see if he would pop up. He's very easy to pop up. See, that's Jamie right there. That is definitely Jamie. So Jamie sent me 99. He sent me 99 messages because he's upset. Well, yeah, he's upset. He got served. Jamie got served with a court order right to his front door. And the guy Solid Wake 5, he got scared. He removed every video off his channel because he was terrified he would be next. He is next, but that's some time from now. We're basically working on basically tracking his whereabouts right now. Other than that, he's this is Jamie. It doesn't take much to trigger these guys. All I had to say is a couple of things, and automatically they pop up. Easy, very easy. This is Jamie right here. Wow, Jamie, you're that mad at the end of the day? What's wrong? You can't do those fake demonstrations anymore? Watching me go offline and watching me show my screens in different environments and other people see, and that screen pulls up 100%, nice bright colors. That's not the same thing you were doing in your demonstration. You claim as a person on YouTube who used the YouTube platform to make statements that my product was too dark and didn't work, that it didn't show up, that we were using special settings in our cameras and I was using special settings in the projector. What happened to all that? Not sitting in my living room anymore. I'm on site. I'm going to be on site today. So what happened there? So that makes you out to be a jealous, bitter liar. That's what it makes you out to be. Isn't that interesting? See, this is what happens when you take something that God gave me as a blessing and you try to taint it. You try to make it seem like it's something that's a lie. God's not a liar at the end of the day, by the way. But you did the devil's work. And look what happened to you. You got outed and you got exposed. You're getting exposed right now. If you carrying on and send me all this hatred because you're upset, that shows me at the end of the day how bitter you are. 99 messages. That is a very bitter person. Well, that's not my problem. I'm going to be on site today doing more demonstrations. As a matter of fact, I'm doing some glass demonstrations today also too. So now what can you say? What new excuse do you have now in your theories of theories? First, you said our screens were gray, and that's the reason why we pull a high white level. That failed. Let's see. I do like the one you said we had special abilities on our camera that make the white levels higher. How does that work when you're sitting in a room of 1,000 people moving back and forth across the screen that's displaying a snow level? How does that work? How come it doesn't look the same way it does in your video demonstrations? It looks different over there. How come it doesn't look the same way? What's going on with that? See, this is the reason why that little document you have that got slid into your door, you're going to get a lot more of those. I got more lawsuits I'm going to be filing coming up. And at the end of the year, I'm going to be filing the big boy lawsuit. I'm going to take you to federal court. Because you went on YouTube, you used your platform to basically slander my company and make statements that my company's products did not work, that they were so dark, that we were scamming people, and that's what you claimed. That's what you stood by. And I have all your video demonstrations, every statement that you made, everything is locked down and saved. So you can explain to my attorney that we'll have you sitting on that, what do you call it, the witness stand, or first I'm going to have everybody have to swear on their oath. Anyway, we'll have you sitting there and you can make that statement right there by saying that you reviewed our products, you purchased our items. You better have receipts. You better be to back it up. It's not going to be a $30,000 lawsuit. It's going to be $1 million. And consider the fact that you committed fraud against my company by basically slandering my company. It's considered to be, we're going to have conspiracy charges. So you do have criminal charges coming your way too also. I will be filing criminal charges. So, we know it's Mr. Jamie. He is so easy to figure out. Man, this guy is angry and upset. Look, you're going to have to make a... Well, forget about that. You got to worry about court right now. You don't be thinking about no freaking making new paint. You don't have to worry about court. But anyway, yeah, that's Jamie right there. So, all these messages. Now, keep in mind, when he first sent over, I think the first message, it was something else, and he wrote something called back it up or whatever nonsense that's in there. The reason why he's putting in captions here, because we're in a live stream. So he wants you to see, I guess, everybody him calling me bad names. I guess that's what it is. But who cares? My goodness. Look, man, it's your problem at the end of the day. You bought, let me, for a minute. Here we go. That's right there. You bought, when you didn't buy, you made a fake product. That's all to it. You deleted your account, multiple videos and stuff like that. You removed them off your account. All the Frankensteins are missing. The Cinemax that you claimed to be this ultimate screen paint ended up matching house paint. This is a fellow. His product literally matched house paint. This is why I advise customers at the end of the day, very important that you ask these questions, because this guy literally did this. He matched 2 of them at that. So that's another thing that should be done. And these are the questions you want to continue to ride this gravy train. And again, your gravy train is derailed because anybody can go to Home Depot, Lowe's, and just pick up a tone and do the exact same thing your product can do. You have no testing at all. I'm not going to that circus website you have at the end of the day. I need my brain cells. I got to work off site today. Reading through that stuff, I'm not going through that crap. There was stuff he had on that site. Man, none of that stuff makes any sense. There was no testing specification sheet. I don't even know what it's called. Cheat sheet. I don't know what you want to call it. But go through his website. It's weird. Anyway. Stealing Google images? Come on, man. You come on here and you call people scammers, and you stole Google images to make your product look like something that it wasn't. The images had nothing to do with your screen paint. They were images that you clearly stole off of Google. That is pretty pathetic right there. That's sad. And on top of that, even worse, like I said, house paint. Matching house paint. Come on, man. I know you're upset and all that, but your products are horrible. Now let me show you something. Through all that trash talk, you sent 99 messages, right? See this little button right here? I don't read your stuff. I never read your stuff. Why would I read it? It's a waste of my time. And it's just, who reads through 99 messages? But that shows you how good our products are. Our products are so good that Jamie is very, very jealous over what we do. So let me show you what happens to all those messages that you just wrote. We send them over here and they get blocked. That's it. That's what just happened to all your messages. All your messages, your 99 messages that went through, all of them got blocked. This guy's going to court. He got served. And he's still carrying on and acting up. I told you, Jamie don't care. He don't care. He don't even care about his own family. He don't care that they're probably going to all end up in the street because he got multiple lawsuits coming toward him. He's got possible jail time coming up to him. He don't care. That's the copyright he violated. And that's what got him the court order. So protecting my customers. There's the copyright. And he got himself in trouble with. You can't back your products up. You claim your products to be weatherproof and outdoor. You don't have any demonstrations on outdoor. It's us, only us. When you dig up outside projection screens, and the screen paints, we come up more. Ultra short throw? Are you kidding me? You're in that dark, dim apartment with that projector, and I'm out there on site at a charity area where they have to do charity group for kids and stuff like that. And we had that projector at $178 in a fully lit environment at 120 inch screen. My screen's bigger than yours. The screen's what, 100 inches on that projector? And I'm at 120 inch? Come on, man. Your product is trash. I can pull up a star field in that environment with no problem. You can't even do that on a projector. You spent $3,300 for it. That's a waste of money. It's a waste of money. You're better off just getting yourself a cheap projector for that great paint. We'll be doing music on. Are we on here? Oh, no, we're not on here. Wasted his money on that projector. Can't even pull a proper contrast level. I can go on site right now, hook up a $178 projector and do a starfield demonstration. You can't even do that. On a projector that has a 2,000,000 to 1 contrast, you can't do it. Nothing wrong with the projector, just sitting on top of a crappy screen. And on top of that, even worse upon worse, your product is house paint. You still promote this product on your website and knowing you match the house paint. Oh, this is a 180 inch black screen there. How come you don't come up? You don't come up anywhere. Your product's not even, it's not tested. It's house paint. You have nothing more than just house paint. And this is what burns you up. Here's my product right there. On 100 more, mind you, more light than your environment. Your environment is so dark. I can literally see lights pushing up behind the back of your screen, trying to make your environment like something that it's not. You can't use your product here. Your product wouldn't even work. That's a 720p projector. The problem with the gray screen is, and I'll tell you from the door, you have to spend money for expensive projector. You don't have a choice. You got to put back in what the screen can't see. That's why. There's no way in the world you're going to pick up contrast levels correctly. That means you're going to be stuck in a dark environment because your contrast levels won't kick either. That's why he's stuck in that dark little pocket of a corner in his apartment, because the screen can't pick up a contrast level. It can't read it. Not even 2 million to 1. That's why all the demonstrations you see and all the pictures of on his website are in the dark. That thing's not going to register. I'm going to do something today for you, Jamie, on this screen right here that you can never do on a P2 projector in your apartment. I'm going to show 100% contrast level. I'm going to show a star field, that 8K desire with the woman with the makeup on. I'm going to show nothing but contrast. And let me show you something. I'll put title, something a P2 with a 2 million to 1 contrast will never be able to achieve. You can't use the P2 on a gray screen. It doesn't function. If you can't see 100% contrast, guess what else goes with that 100% contrast? Color. Color's the next thing that will fail miserably. Let me show you something real quick. I'm in a home theater site right now. I'm going to go over to my site. Saving this right here. These are the pictures that we load up on our Facebook account. You used to be able to do picture slideshows, but you can't do picture slideshows anymore. This is Black Series. I need to go over to my page of, let's see, profile and crystal page. 9 notifications to deal with. Let's go pop over here. This is what people want to see. You see that right there? I'm going to help Jamie out a little bit here. You see that right there? You see that? That's a white screen. So that shows that if they had a white screen, one of the problems they had in this environment right here is the fact that they couldn't get a white screen to pop. When you have to show a difference between night and day, this is what they want to see. They don't want to see some color almost blending into the screen and you got to walk over at a finger distance to show the difference between the color. They have to be to see that. So I'm standing behind the row of chairs where I'm doing that demonstration. I'm nowhere near the screen. That's what they have to be able to see. And that's on a $178 ultra short though projector. So that shows the people that are in the environment. There are people moving back and forth. I got a few people sitting behind me that were watching the demonstration as I was recording. They watched me paint the screen in, no time at all. Unlike the other person, it took 9 hours to paint the screen in. Good gracious. But anyway, paint the screen in, no time at all. Take a white sheet of paper and show them the difference. Because that's one of the things they want to see. And they're not going to darken the environment to accommodate the screen. Like I saw in the demonstration with the person with the venue projector, which still washed out on your product because you couldn't pull a proper green level. Well, the birds came out too washed out. And they had to turn out lights for a venue short throw projector. Not ultra short throw, short throw. Still bad, extremely bad. So this shows them at the end of the day, and anyone we're doing business with, what happens if you use a white screen. This is the problem they were having. This is the problem that a lot of the storefronts down there, people have businesses, restaurants, or whatever, they have white screens in there. I know I've walked into a lot of these restaurants, ordered something like to eat, and watched the environment, see what they were doing in there. And they use white screens in there. A gray screen won't function in this environment because it can't see color and it can't register contrast. And if they were to go in and get a gray or white screen, guess what happens? They have to spend more money for a projector to put back what the screen can't see. Black technology doesn't have that issue. Now, for the other fellow who called himself developing black technology, whatever that mess is at the end of the day, we don't even know what color that stuff comes out, and it's not ultra short though compatible, which is something that I see the majority of most of the establishments that I walked into had ultra short those setups. Besides, there's no testing of this product, so we don't know. A black screen is extremely temperamental, so you really don't know how that screen is going to react. That's why it needs to be tested. There's our red levels right there. Now, this is the star field demonstration. The star field demonstration shows you what happens if you wanted to do like I want to do a display for the kids. It shows some outer space educational channel, something involves extremely high dark levels. If they're watching movies in there, how is the screen going to be able to react? Now, movies just want to have the lights out, but with the kids and all, they want the lights on because they're kids and they get in a lot of trouble. So it's good to have a screen that can work. One of the things, like I said, I heard yesterday, when I heard one of the kids said, "Are we going to have the lights out?" And she said, "No, I know what kind of person," because he gets in a little trouble. But I know what kind of trouble you like to get into. This is the kind of technology we can have the lights on while watching the movie. That's the beautiful thing about it. This is something that the P2 is useless on a gray screen because it can't register. And this is the reason why any demonstration I've seen on when doing my field trip for the P2, all the demonstrations were in the dark. They had to be. The projector can't pull. Even with 2 million to 1, it's useless on a gray and white screen. By the time you reach our black technology, yeah, your colors are going to advance. You're not going to need the contrast because the screen is physically black. Here we go. This is the 8K Desire demonstration I was doing. It shows my projector. My projector only has a 4,000 to 1 contrast, which means you don't have to spend the money for an expensive projector because, again, it's not required. Now, how much of a difference are you going to be to get that if you're able to paint that gray? Not much of a difference at all, period. It's still going to have some issues. It's not going to be able to produce what it's supposed to produce. As a matter of fact, we got a gray screen paint sample around here somewhere. I need one. All right, this is perfect. So, we're taking this down to the on-site today. It's a gray screen. All right, disprove my theory. See the color of this? This is the same color as the Cinemax, exact same color. I made this with about, I don't know how much money did I pay for that container of paint. Got that paint for like $15 for a gallon. $15 a gallon. That's what I paid for. $15 a gallon is what I paid for the paint. And I was able to make my own gray paint with some black paint, and that's it. So that's the color gray we got. That's the same color gray you would have your Cinemax, and I guarantee most gray screen paint is going to match this. This is actually a perfect tone. We're going to take that down today. And we're going to show you some demonstrations on contrast levels on why a gray screen is just not worth your time, especially we're going to be on site, so there'll be no saying, well, you know, hey, no. 100, if the screen paint that this individual claims is Cinemax paint, claims to be a good product, well, it match house paint, so that pretty much kind of damages it right there. But if it's a good product, then it should work on my projector, right? It should work on any projector. And if the individual says, well, his product is not this and it's much better, well, we got the ingredients up for free, so you know you can do it yourself. But other than that, you know, Network Grade will do the same thing too. Exactly. So now we know where the hate messages were coming from. They come from Jamie. That's Jamie complaining and carrying on and upset and angry. What time do we got? 7:24. We got plenty of time. So that's him upset and angry. That's him bitter and angry. Because as we started talking, more messages started coming across every time we mentioned him. So that's how we know it's him. But anyway, Fernando, you need to make a better product. Don't get mad at me. I mean, God, goodness gracious. 99 messages. You said 99. You're that bitter at the end of the day. That great product I have over there, it is exactly the same color as your product. And I guarantee that will match your product with no problem. Guarantee you. I had the ingredients for that. Actually, I think that one was... I think that was one scoop. One scoop of black paint. Oh yeah, that was one scoop of black paint. One scoop of black paint into... Where did we get that Home Depot paint from? Where did we get that from? Let me see. That Home Depot paint. Oh, we got the microphones hooked up weird. We had to write a letter. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out what that paint was we got from Home Depot. You put it into over here. There we go. All right, here we go. I want to go to Home Depot gray paint. Where did we get this from? We got this from, wasn't any of these. Oh, it's made by PPG. PPG. Is it PPG? Yeah, it was PPG. Home Depot PPG gray paint. Yes, this was it right here. This was an all-purpose gray paint. Wow, they got it at 60 bucks. Yeah, that's right. This was actually pretty reasonable. 60 bucks for 5 gallons. We got a gallon. Let me see. I got a gallon. I got it in this one. Yeah, this is what I paid for. All right. So that's the color I got right there. And I paid $14.98 for this product right here. It took me 1 scoop of black paint, 1/4 cup of black paint to make this color right here. So this is the color I made with it. So that's what we're going to use on site. I don't have any markers to write down exactly what this stuff is. Let me see. Put this down here. This is the Home Depot. This is PPG. I can't forget that. So that was about a quart of the PPG gray, and that was 1 cup of black, but that's 1/4 cup. That's that product right there. All right, just want to make sure what this one was. We're going to use that on site. I'm going to show you why, and I don't like to say things without backing them up. You know how that works. I'm going to show you why a gray screen doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's an outdated product. These screens you're going to see in dark environments. You're going to see them with high-end projectors that try to make them like something that they're not, much like they do the white screens also too. Take the screen, we take it on site, put it up against our black technology, and you watch the screen going to pick up color, and it won't pick up contrast. Even with an ultra short throw at 3600 lumens. My ultra short throw projector sitting on the floor has more lumens than the P2. P2 3000 lumens, and it still won't register. It's just a gray screen, it won't work well. And it definitely won't work well in the environments that we're going to be in, because again, it can't pull contrast. You can't see it. You have to be stuck in a dark environment in order to pull a contrast level. And it can't see color. So this is a white surface right here. But we'll do the gray surface. All right, I gotta go. I gotta get on site. I'm gonna do these demonstrations too, also.